Alright, quick update on Stronger. So we're actually starting to put in our first signs of an uptrend since this coin really got minted, apart from, the one time for like, I think 2 days or so, that this kind of made higher lows, but it also didn't make higher highs, so we were kind of just trading in like a never-ending triangle pattern that would have ended somewhere down here. Nonetheless, we're finally putting in an uptrend, and we haven't done this before. We've either been in an accumulation zone, we've been falling through the table, or we've been having sideways action, but you can't really argue that it was a midterm uptrend. You could only argue that the lows were getting higher because we kept on coming up and getting rejected at the same point every single time. What we're seeing now, we're seeing higher lows and higher highs in this uptrend. So it's starting to look good. In my last video, we actually talked about these accumulation phases, where if you want to consider this an accumulation phase because it kind of ties in with my argument, we have these accumulation phases where we trend sideways. Let me mark this a different color and make it thicker so we can see what I'm talking about, where we have these accumulation phases, and very importantly, we're converging between support and resistance. So you've got resistance at the upper Fibonacci extension level, and you have supposed support at the previous low slash support region below you. So what do I mean by that? You trend sideways, you come to the upper Fibonacci level, and then you break down below your floor of support. In this instance, this was the low. We were acting as, we were trading between these accumulation zones, and we broke below the floor. This floor happened to be the low at the time. Now, what did we do after that? We broke down into the next accumulation zone. The top of the range now being the 2.618 Fibonacci right here, and the bottom of the range being a double fib between the 1.618 and the 3.618. We broke down, let me show you again. So we broke down through the floor, we found ourselves in a new accumulation range, and once again we came up to the upper Fibonacci region before topping out and breaking below the floor of support, and we came down to our next Fibonacci target. And this is where it gets interesting, because we haven't had an accumulation phase where we've bounced off the bottom of the range and then we've started putting in an uptrend in the short term where we've got higher lows and higher highs. So very interesting what we are seeing right now. I did say in my last video I would be waiting for a break above the previous accumulation range if we did go into an accumulation phase like this. Unfortunately, that's not what we did. We really didn't enter an accumulation phase. We had a breakdown. We came down to the next Fibonacci region, and we just broke right back above the previous accumulation phase. So now we're in the same accumulation phase as all of this data that we have over here. We've got a lot of price traded. We've got a lot of volume traded between the regions of $84 and $57. There's a lot of volume traded around this region specifically. So what do I see happening right now? Because this is only a short-term uptrend, and I wouldn't want to say, we've broken back above these fibs, now we can be in the clear, we can buy now, we can be safe, because I don't necessarily think that is the case. I am going to stick with what I said before, and that is the fact that we've entered 3 accumulation phases, or we've entered 1, 2, this one didn't really count, so we've had 2 accumulation phases. Each time we've pierced the top, had a fall below the trough, made a new accumulation phase, pierced the top, fell through the bottom again, and this time we didn't enter an accumulation phase. So we still have never had an accumulation phase where we managed to break back above the previous resistance formed at the upper Fibonacci line. So where does this tie to? Where do I need to see breakout before I can get bullish? Very, very simply, this 2.618 Fibonacci target. So you've got your 2.618 fib actually right here at the $84. You can see it's right here, and I have a green trend line. This is not the fib. The green trend line right here signifies the tops that we've had during this accumulation range. You can see a top here, a top here, a top here, a top here, and a top here. This is where we topped out previously, so I think that is a very important range to break above. I imagine because Stronger has been beaten down for so long now, it has been accumulating to the side. or it has been in a reaccumulation phase where, you know, it is leaving, you know, the hands that previously held stronger and new people are picking it up. Basically, everyone's been selling. We haven't had these trends where we've gone, you know, up, down, and formed higher lows. So in the short term, I could see us increasing up to $84. I think that's the first time I've had a bullish price target on Stronger, but previously, like I said, we've just been forming these accumulation ranges and breaking down, so there was nothing to get bullish on throughout this entirety of the data traded. Do bear in mind, Stronger minted up here at $149. If I was looking to enter the market, I'd be looking to buy a strong breakout of the $84. I think that's a lot safer than DCAing in now. If we take it from the top and take it from where I'd potentially be looking to buy the breakout trade, you can see I'd be buying for a 43% discount if and only if we did break out the top of this accumulation range. If I was to buy now and flip my stance over to bullish, which I'm not, I would be buying for a 56% discount from when this got minted. I still have not traded this. I am looking for cheaper price targets, and if we never have those cheaper price targets, so be it. Then there's only two things that will happen. We'll either break back down into this accumulation range, in my opinion, hit my price target again at $41, and potentially come down to our AB equals CD down here at 22. Once again, I'm not saying that is my most likely scenario. It's looking somewhat more likely that we could enter this channel to the upside, and if we do take out $84 to basically $85, then I'd be able to get a lot more bullish on Stronger. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened, so I have to trade based on the trend and the macro trend, at least based on what we've got. Obviously, we're looking at this on the 1 and 4 hour. Stronger has not been out for enough time for me to properly analyze this over on the daily chart, but nonetheless, we're starting to see an uptrend. It's looking okay. We still do not have much buying volume coming in, and I guess that's expected when, you know, people are taking their profits on their nodes in Stronger now. So that is all I see in the short term. Once again, I really want to see a break above 85 before I get bullish. If I do buy, I'll be buying a breakout of 85. That is all I've got for Stronger today. Until we break 85, I have to assume lower price targets are on the table. That is all I've got for you. Once again, not financial advice. Cowboy out. Peace.